Yo, last day, we are talking about the 200s. Let's talk about the men's 200 meters, where we saw an emphatic race across the board. Now, I already did a full breakdown or a more, initial reaction to the situation with Noah Lyles and Kenny Bednarek. So you can go ahead and check all that out. But let's talk about this men's 200 and the actual race results and the implications and storylines leading into the World Championships in Tokyo later on this summer. Noah Lyles gets the 200-meter win running 19.63 seconds. Someone fact check me on that. I'm going off the top of my head. 19.6. Kenny B runs 19.67 seconds, I think, as well, for second place. And then we saw Robert Gregory come in 19.80 seconds. Courtney Lindsay, 19.83 seconds. Area Knighton ran 19.9. Christian Coleman, just on the edge, 20.0. I mean, listen, I gave y'all the top five. Yes, I think the only switch was Courtney Lindsay and Robert Gregory, just separated. 1980, 1982, just separated. But come on, man. I gave y'all that top five. Even with Area Knighton, I did say if he runs, then he would actually probably be my top three. But after speaking with him on the side, I did get an understanding of why he wasn't able to perform. He had a hamstring injury. I'll talk about that in a second. But check out the interviews on the City of Smag YouTube channel. I'm going to dive into who I think is what the implications are going into the World Championships. Check out the interviews on City of Smag. Check out the post-race show on City of Smag as well. We were able to break down everything from day 4. Check out the previous days as well. Go in the description. I got it all for you. But Noah Lyles gets the win in the same fashion that he got the win in 2024 over Area Knighton. You remember, Area Knighton was on his inside, and he went out like a rocket, similar to Kenny B, who went out like a rocket on Noah Lyles' inside. Also, on the outside of Noah Lyles, Courtney Lindsay was also out like an absolute rocket. But Noah Lyles stayed patient, and he really showed why he is, and I don't know, I want to say an expert, but he's just a tried and true professional when it comes to these 200 meters. When he has 2022 at the USA Championships, he was behind. 2024 at the Olympic trials, he was behind. 2019 at the World Championships in Doha, he was behind. But Noah Lyles is able to really execute and display a level of patience and composure down the home straight that it's hard to bet on him if he's behind in a 200. It's crazy. The only times that he's lost the 200 over the past couple years have been Rome Diamond League, 2019, behind Michael Norman. 2021 at the Olympic Games in Tokyo when he was dealing with, mental health issues. And then 2024 last year when he was dealing with COVID. Now, all of those athletes are the rightful winners, but it just speaks to how consistent Noah Lyles is when talking about the 200 meters. So that's Noah Lyles. I'm going to talk about the World Championships and let's see in a second. Kenny B, in my opinion, Kenny B showed so much grit and so much determination and so much focus through these rounds in the 100 and the 200. He comes off running 9.79 seconds to win the 100 meters in a personal best, proving that he is a true threat for the gold medal at the World Championships. Yes, I said it. He's a threat. Didn't say anything, but, he's a threat. Now, going into the 200, where he's running those 2 rounds, he follows that up and runs 19.67. I have to check. I think it's Noah Lyles, Usain Bolt, and then Kenny B in terms of the most sub 20-second performances in history. And Kenny B consistently, he's just giving you more and more of them. I'm interested to see how Kenny B is able to progress going forward, because I feel like he can go 19.4. He said that he did tighten up a little bit. So speaking to him after the race, he said he tightened up a little bit, and also that 9.79 kind of took his body to a realm it had never been before. Remember, his personal best in the 100 was 9.86 earlier this year. So he's pushing himself to a realm he's never been before, and it might have shown up in the 200, but listen, I really like where Kenny B is at. It's going to be interesting going to the World Championships. Again, I'm going to talk about that in 1 second. Behind him, Robert Gregory. What y'all know about Robert Gregory? So the reason I picked Robert Gregory and for my team specifically, is because of what I had seen throughout this season, his trajectory leading into the World Championships, leading into USA's, and also what he had done at previous US Championships. 2023, he finished just off, he finished 5th place at those USA's behind Area Knighton, Kenny B, Courtney Lindsay, Fred Curley. And then Robert Gregory was 5th. That is while he was still in college. Last year, Olympic trials, he finished 7th place in that 200-meter final. This year, he had already beaten Andre DeGrasse at one of the Continental Tours in Tokyo. He already came to the Prefontaine Classic, and I think he finished fourth place behind Letsile, behind Courtney Lindsay, behind Alex Ogando. So I was looking at the trajectory of Robert Gregory's 2025 season, and listen, he showed up with a personal best of 19.80 seconds. Like, shout out to Robert Gregory. That is the guy. He's going to his first World Championship team. Obviously, no idea what he's going to be able to actually produce, but I'm excited. Apologize if I know some people say I talk fast, but excited here. Just behind Courtney Lindsay, he finishes fourth place running 19.82 seconds or 83. Again, off the top of the head, someone fact check me. He's going to the World Championships now because Noah Lyles has the wild card. So because Noah Lyles, he already has that spot. That means Kenny B, Robert Gregory, and Courtney Lindsay are going to the World Championships. In addition to Noah Lyles, we get to send 4. So Courtney Lindsay just made the team in both the 100 and the 200 meters. That's an amazing accomplishment that only in the past couple years, Noah Lyles, of course, he's done it in 24 and 23. Kenny B, he did it last year in 2024. Christian Coleman, he did it in 2019 and 2017. So we've seen a couple guys actually make both teams. And if I'm forgetting somebody, at least in the past couple years, definitely let me know. Shout out to Courtney Lindsay to be able to make this team here. Right after that, we saw Area 9. He ran 19.9 seconds. Now, Area 9, I spoke to him on the side. He didn't come through the mix zone, or if he did, I don't know. But I spoke to him afterwards, regardless. Shout out to Area 9. That's my guy. He was telling me like, yo, I just had a hamstring injury. And the difference with Area 9 this year and last year, because I had initially said last year he didn't run any races leading up to U.S. Olympic trials. And the situation with that is he was dealing with the ban and that the legal issue that he had. So he couldn't run races because of that. But he was training and he was fit and he was in shape leading up to Olympic trials, which led to him running 19.77 seconds to actually make the team to go to the Paris Olympic Games. This time, it wasn't that whole issue. What he was dealing with was a hamstring injury. That's what he was dealing with. So the difference is, even though he couldn't run, he physically couldn't run, right? Like he couldn't train, he couldn't race, he couldn't do any of that. And so he wasn't physically fit to be able to come here and potentially make the team. So again, he wasn't too devastated. But he was like, man, like it was just, just didn't have enough time. So shout out to Area 9. Like I know people, I'm gonna have a video actually coming out about Area 9. I recorded a while back. I know people like to disparage him a little bit, but you have to think about like the career that he's had. Like he's literally medaled in 2022. He medaled in 2023. Like he has medals that people would dream of. That's why I can't understand how people hate on Kenny B or Area 9. Because like, yes, sure, they don't have gold medals, but like, bro, their careers are crazy. Area 9, yes, Usain Bolt comparisons, whatever. Like, come on, man. So shout out to him. Christian Coleman didn't make the team, finished in the 200 here in running 20 seconds. He actually wasn't too disappointed in his post-race interview. He's actually pretty happy, pretty satisfied with the idea that, yeah, sure, he didn't get on the team. It didn't come together, but he was actually able to run his best times here between running 9.86 seconds. Like Christian Coleman really showed up for USA's here, and it's his first full year under Dennis Mitchell. So, I know initially I had said that this almost is like a make or break, because Christian Coleman is getting to a place where he obviously is more experienced than a lot of the guys who are ahead of him. And some of those guys are younger, starting to run faster. But like, I don't know, just speaking to him afterwards gave me more confidence that like he can come back. Like, I don't see a reason to like take him out the conversation. But shout out to Christian Coleman. I'll of course talk to him or talk about him a little bit more in the future. But let's quickly talk about the World Championships and this 200 meters. To me, right now, based on the performances that we just saw, Noah Lyles, I'm gonna say it, Noah Lyles is a clear 200 meter favorite. I know that it's okay. Let me break this down. Noah Lyles just ran 19.63 seconds in his 200. He had been sitting out with injury since, April or May this year, right? Last time he competed was at the Tom Jones all the way in April. He then took that time off, dealt with the injury, sat out, bounced back, and came to the Monaco Diamond League against Letsile Teboho, who had the world lead at that point of 19.76 from a week ago in Prefontaine. And he takes down Letsile running 19.8. He then goes to the London Diamond League in the 100, runs 10 flat behind the legendary performance by Oblique Seville. But for him to be able to now come here and take down Kenny B, and Courtney Lindsay, Robert Gregory, Ariana Knighton, like Christian Coleman, that, I mean, I don't know. He's a favorite. He is a favorite because at this point, he's healthy. He's back. He has a world lead, 19.6. Like, all these factors come into play where it's like you haven't raced as much. You haven't, you know, probably trained as much, but now you're able to come here and run 19.6. It's like, I apologize if I said 19.3 a second ago. 19.63. Like, Noah Lyles is the favorite. And yes, I'm not underestimating Letsile Teboho or even Kenny B in any capacity, but just looking on the surface based on performances and based on history, like, it's hard for me to say that Noah Lyles is not the favorite going into the World Championships. He just took down the Olympic champion. He just took down the Olympic silver medalist. Like, what can you expect from Noah Lyles going forward? Because we know he's more than capable of going faster. So I'm interested to see, and he pulled off the double in 2023. I know people say, oh, he hasn't run faster than whatever 19.5 after, you know, when running the 100 and the 200, but it doesn't matter, right? He does what he needs to win. Like, he runs, he almost, I don't know, he has one of those auras where it's like he almost controls the race to a degree, right? He is capable of people like respond to Noah Lyles versus Noah Lyles responding or falling back to other people, and he just has that kind of pull against the entire 200-meter field. Now, let's be very clear. I do think Noah Lyles is a clear favorite to me, but if Letsile Teboho or Kenny B actually wins gold, I would not be surprised. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like there's part of me that wants to say that Kenny B is going to use this as motivation and fuel going into the World Championships, because I do think that Kenny B can really run 19.4 and or faster. Remember, he's even younger than Noah Lyles. Yes, Teboho, he's much younger, and I think Teboho has the highest ceiling of any guy right now, but like, don't be surprised if Letsile or Kenny B, like, Kenny B, listen, it can happen. So Noah Lyles, he's my gold medal favorite. Letsile and Kenny are just behind both of them, but like, it's going to be a dogfight regardless when we get to the World Championships in Tokyo later on this year. So that's the 200. Again, just wanted to break things down a little bit. Check out the video I did about the reaction, just reacting to what Noah and Kenny, you know, that whole situation. Obviously, it seems like there was some other stuff that was occurring beforehand, like before the track went on. I don't know, but let me know what y'all think about this 200. Absolutely exciting. Absolutely exciting. Always appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching.